Hello friends, my name is Abhishek Srivastava and today we are going to study about electromagnetic induction and Faraday's laws. So we have to now start this. Please watch this video till the end. Press subscribe me and press the bell icon. So now we are going to start the electromagnetic induction and Faraday's laws. For this first topic that we have to understand is flux. So flux, I have written it on the board. Flux, it is represented by the letter phi, Greek letter phi, and it is equal to phi is equal to B into A. B is the magnetic field, A is the area, phi is the flux. So phi is the product of magnetic field into area, or we can also say the magnetic lines of force passing through a unit area or through a given area is called the flux. If so, this is suppose our area and the magnetic field is perpendicular to this. But suppose it is making, this is our area A and it is making an angle theta with the direction of A, this is our magnetic field, then our flux formula will change and it will become BA cos theta, where theta is the angle between the area and the magnetic field. So this is our expression phi is equal to BA cos theta. Have you all understood this? This is called flux. Now we are going to understand about Faraday's first law of electromagnetic induction. So I am rubbing the board and I am writing the heading Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. This is our first law, so I write it as first. According to this law, the EMF induced is equal to the negative rate of change of flux passing through the coil or through a certain area. So it is represented as, if E is the EMF which is represented by small e, then E is equal to minus delta d phi upon dt. This is also represents the change of flux with respect to time. We can also write it as minus delta represents change, delta phi upon delta t. If a certain coil has n number of turns, then E is equal to minus n delta phi upon delta t. This is the expression for the first law, which is popularly known as Faraday's first law of electromagnetic induction. Now we are going to understand about the second law, which is popularly known as Faraday's second law of electromagnetic induction. So I am rubbing the board. Here I write second law. Means Faraday's second law of electromagnetic induction. Now, according to this law, the thing that produces it, it always opposes the change that produces it. Means, first I write, suppose we are trying to understand this. This is also known as Lenz's law. Suppose there is a coil. This is a coil which is our primary coil, P for primary, and this is our secondary coil which is placed near to it, S for secondary. Suppose a current I1 is flowing in the clockwise direction in the primary coil. Then, according to the electromagnetic induction means without any physical contact, the current will also be introduced in the secondary coil, which is known as induced current, and also the EMF will be introduced, which is known as induced EMF. But according to Lenz's law, according to second law, the direction of this current will be opposite to the direction of the current flowing in the primary, because it will always oppose the change, or it will oppose this current because it is producing it, so it will be in the opposite direction. But if we try to switch off this current I1 flowing in the primary, then this current in the secondary will reverse its direction and it will start flowing in the same direction, that is clockwise, as in the primary, in order to support the current in the primary as it is getting switched off, so it is decreasing, so it is opposing the change in the opposing the decrease of the current in the primary, and it is trying to increase it by flowing in the same direction as in the primary. So the EMF will also be introduced in the secondary, so it will always oppose the current that is produced in the primary coil. So this is known as Lenz's law. Have you all understood this? Now we are going to do the next topic, which is very important, and it is known as, I am writing that in, force on a straight conductor placed in a uniform magnetic field. It is known as induced potential difference. So this is our heading. We are going to find the expression for the induced potential difference. You can see this heading: force on a straight conductor placed in a uniform magnetic field, induced potential difference. Now I am rubbing this and drawing a diagram for this. So here is our diagram. Suppose this is a frame. There is a rectangular frame which is kept here, M N O L. It is placed in a magnetic field of magnitude V. Cross here represents it inside the plane of this board. So this is the magnetic field, you can see. Now here there is a conductor kept over this frame, over these rails, and it is sliding on it, and it is moving with a velocity v towards right. So it is like this. It is moving with a velocity v towards right. Now we are naming this end j and end k. Now here it is moving with a velocity v in a magnetic field which is directed inside the plane of this board, so it will experience a force, and this force that will be experienced will be in the opposite direction, that is f dash. This is the magnetic force that is being experienced according to the Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, so here we are trying to find this direction according to the Fleming's left hand rule. So it comes out to be f dash in the left direction. But initially what we have to do, we have to move in the right direction. For this we have to apply the same force externally but in the opposite direction. So f dash, the value of f dash will be b I l. This is the expression where L is the length of the conductor and Jk. Here there is we are considering a proton inside this Jk conductor, because all the conductors, this is of a metal, for example iron, so it is made up of protons and electrons. So we are trying to find the direction on this proton of the magnetic force. So we are using the Fleming, we are using the right hand palm rule. So you can see my right hand, the fingers are stressed, they are in the direction of velocity. My thumb is perpendicular to it, and I am moving my stressed finger towards the direction of the magnetic field which is inside the plane of this board, and therefore my thumb will point in the upward direction. So the force experience, that is the magnetic force, will be in the upward direction, f suffix m, where m for magnetic force, it will be in the upward direction on this proton. So I am also considering an electron here, I can consider it here. So it is negative, so the magnetic force will act in the opposite direction to this on the proton. So it will be in the downward direction from J to K. So the electrons, as they are mobile, so they will move from end J to K, they keep on moving. So here the positive intensity of charges will be created. Here at end K, negative intensity will be created of the electrons. So here a potential difference of V will be developed, due to which the current I is going to flow through the conductor. So this is here, so from here we are getting this current. So here I is the current, B is the magnetic field, L is the length of this conductor Jk. So this is our first equation. Now F external will be equal to minus of F dash, and F external, putting the value from the first equation, so it will become minus BIL. This is our equation second. Have you all got this? Now, what will be the work done? In moving this conductor towards the right, suppose it has moved to a new position, I am drawing with the dotted line. This is J dash and K dash, and has moved a distance of a small distance delta x with a velocity v in a time delta t. So my next expression will be work done, that is the external force into the distance moved, that is the small distance moved, that is delta x. So it will become F external, this is minus BIL putting from the second equation. And what will be the delta x? Delta x is the distance. Distance is equal to speed into velocity into time, that is delta t. So it will be v into delta t. So now arranging this, I can write minus b into v into L into I into delta t. So here I into delta t represents the amount of charge. So I can write it as minus bvl into the charge, that is q. So my formula for the EMF induced, as you all know, will be W upon Q. This is the formula for the EMF or the potential difference. So here the EMF will be induced, that is E is equal to W upon Q. So its expression will become minus BVL. This is our equation 3. So have you all got this? Now what I will do, I will try to find the rate of change of flux. So I am rubbing from the top, I am rubbing this much expressions till here, I am rubbing. So here I am writing the expression for the rate of change of flux. What is the rate of change of flux? Delta phi upon delta t, that I am trying to find. So according to what is phi? Phi is equal to B into A upon delta t. So it will be, B is always constant for this because the value of B is constant. So there is a change in delta A, and delta is the change, that is the change is J dash J K dash. This is the area which is equal to delta A. So the value of delta A will be, L is the length of the conductor into this horizontal distance, that is delta x. So it will be B into L into delta x upon delta t. So this is our expression. I am now rubbing from here to write the next expressions. So till here I am rubbing, you all can understand. So now delta x upon delta t, as you know, it is the rate of change of distance with respect to time. So it will be equal to velocity, that is v. So the rate of change of flux with respect to time, this is the expression 4. So you all can see from the equation 3 and 4, equating the equation 3 and 4, we are getting T is equal to minus delta phi upon delta t. So this is the expression, this is, as we know, that is equal to delta phi upon delta t. So it is the proof of the first law. So this is the proof of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. You can write it. So I am rubbing this, and you can write, this is the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. You can write, this is the proof of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. of electromagnetic induction. You all can write. This is the proof of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. This is the proof of the first law of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, and it is being explained on the basis of Lorentz force. This is also the expression for the this is also the explanation for the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. So you all got this. This is the proof of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Now we are going to derive the expression for the induced potential difference that I have written in the heading. So I am you can also find some expressions, so I am also writing those expressions. I am rubbing here. So according to the expressions, I am writing some expressions, then we will derive the induced expression for induced potential difference. So if R is the resistance, then the current flowing will be equal to E EMF induced upon resistance. Value of EMF induced, we are taking only the magnitude, and so taking the modulus value, that was BVL upon R. This is the formula for the current. What will be the formula for the force? The formula for the force is B what will be the formula for the power loss? P is equal to I square R. So it will become B square V square L square upon R square into R. So it will become B square V square L square upon R. This is the expression for the power loss. So we can also, these expressions are used in numericals. We can also find the value of the numericals. We can also find current in the numericals. The numericals also come by using these formulas. Now we are going to derive the expression for the induced potential difference. So for this, we have found the direction of the magnetic force. Here the potential difference is developed. Also the magnitude of the electric field here will be from the positive toward the negative. So the direction of the electric force due to this electric field on the proton will be from positive to negative. So it will be in this direction. It is F to the suffix E. And on the electron, it will be in the upward direction, in the opposite direction, that is F suffix E. So initially the charges that are coming from electrons that are coming from J end towards the K end, they are less. So the force due to electric field is less than force due to magnetic field. But as the charges are increasing, a certain time becomes when an equilibrium state is obtained, and at that time Fe becomes equal to Fm. So writing the values, Fe is equal, you can say it first equation, Fe is equal to Q into E. Q is the charge, E is the magnetic field. This is the second equation. Fm is the magnetic force, that is equal to Q V. B is the magnetic field, V is the velocity, Q is the charge. So from second and third, putting the values in the first equation, QE is equal to QVB. Q gets cancelled, so E is equal to VB. And we know that there is also an expression V upon L, where L is the length of the conductor, is equal to electric field. This is also an expression This is fourth equation and this is fifth equation. Putting the value from the fifth in the fourth equation, we get V upon L is equal to Vb. So V is equal to LVb. This is our expression for the induced potential difference, where V is the potential difference, L is the length of the conductor, V is the velocity, and V is the magnetic field. So suppose you can all write these equations. You can also understand it once more. F at equilibrium, Fe is the electric force is equal to the magnetic force. Putting the values, Fe is equal to Qe, Fm is equal to Qeb. Equating, Qq gets cancelled, E is equal to Vb. So we know this formula, V upon L is the length of the conductor, is equal to electric field. Putting this value from the fifth and fourth equation, V upon L is equal to Vb, V is equal to LVb, where V is the potential difference, L is the length of the conductor, V is the velocity with which the conductor is moving, and B is the magnetic field. So suppose the magnetic field is like this, vertical. You can see this is the magnetic field, and the velocity vector is making theta angle with this. So in the horizontal direction, the component will be V sin theta. In the vertical direction, it is V cos theta. So here it is moving in the horizontal direction. So the component that is responsible for its movement will be V sin theta. So if it is making an angle, velocity vector is making an angle theta with the vertical or the magnetic field, then our expression will be modified as V is equal to VL sin theta. So this will be the expression for the induced potential difference. So you all can write this. This is the expression for the induced potential difference when a force is applied on a conductor placed in a uniform magnetic field. So this is the expression for the induced potential difference. V is equal to LVb sin theta. So have you all understood this? Please subscribe it and press the bell icon. Thank you.